Anyways, let's go to the next topic, and then I'll take a break. Just says he's not practicing Muslim on Google. Yeah, he's none. Yeah, he's not Muslim. There's no way Hassan would be religious. He has absolutely no principles. He has no beliefs other than I am correct, regardless of what everyone would say. I am the shit, right? He's just a narcissist. That's all it is. He thinks he is the best. He thinks like he's up here. Everyone else is below him, and the only people who are close to him are like always below him, anyways, right? The ones who are like agreeing with everything he says or like admire him. They're just right below him. He's literally when he meets the king, where is it? This one is this guy. Not really. Was he raised Muslim? I don't think so. I don't think his. Oh yeah, I guess grew up in Istanbul and was raised a Muslim. Oh, I guess he did. Family immigrated to Turkey from. Oh, I guess so. Well, maybe he was raised on Muslim principles. Then, yeah, I guess you might be right about the key principle. Yeah, I just consider him a dishonest piece of shit. So yeah, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. But yeah, if I could describe Hamas, if he had the power, he would be this guy.
Kneel at mine. You are generous, as you are divine, O King of Kings.
Yeah, if he could, he would be this guy, 100%. Wearing gold chains, I'm above you. You should kneel before me. This is the archetype. Like that's if he could, he would. I believe in equality, but everyone has to be equal beneath me. Like everyone beneath me is equal compared to me. Like that's Hamas Piker, right?
You okay?
It's interesting because you're currently doing the thing that I'm criticizing you on, where you are looking at a situation that you recognize is a genocide, and your only consideration and your only concern.
That's not my only concern. I care about multiple things, my friend.
Yes, you can, but these are really stupid things to care about.
I mean, that's easy for you to say. You're the one being accused of it. That's the accused. How serious their crime is. Fucking brilliant. O.J. Simpson, do you think?
That's pretty fucking fair, though. That is pretty fair. Yeah. Now, to be real, okay. Again, I don't think on a case by case basis. I don't think Ethan really cares about the AD accusation. I don't think he cares about the Sabra thing. I don't think he cares about the sword thing. On a case by case basis, it's the all together of it, like all of the topics together. Like they build this fucking pyramid of garbage that is aimed at him, right? It's like you take a trebuchet and you load it up with garbage. If you load it up with like a tiny little pebble and you shoot it, who gives a shit, right? But you loaded it up with so many garbage pebbles and then you shoot this fucking garbage at my castle, then yeah, it starts to fucking, it starts to destroy my fucking castle walls. That's pretty much what it is. And it's like him discounting every argument. It's like, oh, this is such a small thing. Oh, this is such a small thing. Well, small things build up. It's not the one small thing. The context is all of it together.
I think that this is a serious court case.
Think
no, I don't.
Well, and there it is.
Let's let him free.
Do you think that the Sabra Hamas shit here is akin to O.J. Simpson killing someone?
No, obviously not.
You're being
then why are you bringing up stupid fucking
because you're
parallels?
Oh my god, bro! It's like people who don't understand analogies or hypotheticals. It's like, well, this is clearly impossible, so it can't be a hypothetical. Like, well, it's a hypothetical. Like, it's the extreme of the hypothetical. Like, it's like the same scenario, but it's the extreme version of it. Do you think this is a good trajectory? Because we will reach the extreme, right? Anyways, it's not about hypotheticals, but like, I don't know, man. Like, it's an analogy. Like, it's the same, but on a different scale.
Saying that the accused, right, can dictate how serious the accusations are.
Okay. All right, Ethan.
I'm partnered with the ADL. Remember what you said.
You have in the past talked about your pro-Palestinian bona fides. You have
What do you mean
talked about
bona
how you
fides?
gave my fundraiser. What?
Sorry, what do you mean by bona fides?
Like that you claimed that you were a stalwart ally of the Palestinian cause.
Correct.
You tried to also say this to Sam Cedar as well. You brought forward the fact that you had given $6,500 in your context puke that you did as a further indication that you are pro-Palestinian.
He still didn't watch it. Pretty sure he still didn't watch it, like on its own, without like watching somebody reacting to it that agrees with him, kind of thing.
Even though you then turned around and actually criticized additional fundraisers that had taken place, like the Creators for Palestine charity that generated $1.3 million, including the fundraiser that you initially had given $6,500 to as a reason for why you were such a staunch ally. Why did you turn around and say that pro-Palestinian fundraisers are actually completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things and completely useless? Do you think that pro-Palestinian charities are simply...
Well, grand scheme of things, nothing. I mean, depends how grand the scheme of things is, but yeah.
there to make yourself feel like you're pro-Palestine? Do you feel like $6,500 was enough for you to spend the rest of the year actively deplatforming pro-Palestinian creators?
I'll answer your question. So I claimed when talking about, now by the way, this is something I criticize you for, which is being obtuse, mischaracterizing arguments, and basically just being a prolific liar. So here's what the conversation was about, right? I was talking about how when you're talking about activism, raising money isn't the most important thing because it can only do so much. There's other ways to do effective activism, like protesting, et cetera, working with Palestinian organizations. So I'm just saying, my point was not that.
But you wanted me to be deplatformed as a virulent anti-Semite, and I've done all of those things.
My point was that not that raising money is bad or dumb or pointless, as you erroneously claim I said. My point was that it's not the most effective thing in the world, and there's other things. It's probably like the least effective form of advocacy you can do. That was my opinion.
I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that the Palestinians that
What's not the case?
Those,
what I said or what I claim?
No, your claim is wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
In terms of the fundraisers not being important.
That's fine.
So we've established that you claim to be pro-Palestine, and yet you've spent all of the genocide coverage criticizing
people that harass me,
fundraising.
The logical leaps here. Holy fuck, bro! How do you get from him saying, and he, by the way, he just agreed that this is what Ethan said is what he meant. Right? He's like, okay, so given that you say that giving money is one of the least effective ways to help a cause, how is it that you're saying that helping Palestine is bad? Like, what is the sleep, bro?
Creating, working with Palestinian organizations.
I never said it's not important.
Interviewing Palestinians from Gaza.
Hassan, being an advocate for Palestine does not absolve you of criticism. Stop with the silliness.
Claiming that they are anti-Semitic. No, this does not, because your criticisms are ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that's kind of up to other people to decide at this point.
Your criticisms are in your own mind. Like, you have hallucinated an alternative
reality. By the way, gaslighting,
reality.
anti-Semitic trope, this is what dog whistles are. You whistle to other people, and you have, it's subtle enough that you have plausible deniability so that when you get accused of being anti-Semitic, you can call the accuser crazy, which is exactly what you're doing. You're a fucking anti-Semite, and you've been caught out 3 different times calling me crazy for very viable, very credible examples of anti-Semitism that you should at least be able to admit are at least not insane. Maybe a misunderstanding, but not insane. But no, according to you, they're all hallucinations. So go ahead and tell me why you're not dog whistling.
Yes, because people having an issue with...
He's so happy right now because Ethan is losing his cool. He thinks he's winning this because Ethan losing his cool. And it's like, on some level, he is. But if we just take the arguments as they stand, so far, I mean, this is like 4-0 Ethan. Let's see. 1, 2. This is a no point. 2, 3. Okay, 3-0 Ethan.
Statements and with your coverage on, as a prominent content creator with a relatively progressive audience, your coverage has entirely focused on your own personal feelings and a lot of misplaced paranoia from people who are criticizing you. You literally think
Can we get a whistle soundbite every time you call me paranoid or hallucinating?
Anti-Semitism. That's not the case. I used to like you. I don't know anymore. And I don't think it's because of anti-Semitism.
I definitely don't like you.
Anti-Semitism.
Let me stand on business and say I think you're a terrible person and a liar, and I don't like you at all.
I know. I still wish you well. I do. I wish you well, and I really do.
I wish everybody well. Everybody, be well. All right, let's move on. You want any more? Call me crazy or hallucinating again? Is that the?
Yeah, this whole I actually find this kind of passive aggressive. Like the same thing that happened in the Content Cup by iDubbbz, where they're like at the end of the video, he's like, let's all have something nice to say about Ethan. This actually feels more passive aggressive than it feels nice. Same of like saying that it's like, look, hey guys, I wish you well, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, like the I wish you well, you know, it's probably one of the most passive aggressive things you can do to somebody. You know, I hope you wake up tomorrow with a smile. Like while somebody is like losing his shit on you, right? Just somebody's like yelling at you, he's like fucking pissed off, and you're like, I hope you wake up tomorrow with a smile. Like, bro, that is like one of the worst things you can tell. So, like, you might as well just start yelling at them. That would actually be less annoying and less offensive than saying something like that, even if your intentions are true, right? And by the way, I honestly don't think Hassan's intentions are true. Like when Frogan said it's like, oh, I wish you all the best. Meanwhile, let me destroy your career and your life. But I wish you all the best. I wish you would just do better. So stupid.
All you got?
I don't even need to do that. I think you're doing that all on your own.
We'll see.
To be fair.
Yeah, we'll see. So do you want to tell me what is your evidence that I work with or talk to or have any association with at all with Destiny?
What? Destiny? What?
What? Oh, what? The guy that I talk about fucking obsessively 100 times a day? That is like basically.
I know where this point is going. I think this is probably a weak point. So before this debate started, I think this was even before Ethan talked to Sam Cedar. Hassan was already trying to dodge debating Ethan because he kept saying that's like, oh, Ethan's probably gonna bring Destiny on and whatever, and then I'll get banned. Which, by the way, Hassan will not get banned if Destiny shows up on the stream and he instantly just like turns off the stream, and nobody would even blame Hassan for it, and he would never get banned for it. Dude, if he didn't get banned for other shit, he's not getting banned for that, right? So the whole Destiny thing was kind of like a stupid fucking argument. I think he was just like making conversation about nothing and just going into his head and just digging shit out. But this argument that's like why Ethan? Destiny is not even a terrorist. I mean, true, Destiny is not a terrorist. But I'm just saying that's like this whole argument of like what Ethan is probably gonna try and make now, and I don't know if this is the argument he's making, is that Hassan was claiming that Ethan would bring up Destiny in order to get Hassan banned. Is actually pretty valid. Like, it's stupid, but it's kind of valid, right? Because I don't think Hassan would get banned for it, first of all. And second of all, it's valid because that's what Ethan did to, what's his name? Crowder. To Steven Crowder with Sam Cedar. So it's not beyond reasonable doubt that he would do it.
Like the Antichrist, the Lord Voldemort in my community. Yeah, you accuse me of working with him, knowing him.
Sorry, Voldemort is actually Nux for Hassan. Hassan's Voldemort is Nux. You find your own Voldemort, okay? Find your own like definition, okay? Maybe you can be Mordor or whatever.
Talking to him, what is your evidence for that?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Oh, you're very
Not
welcome.
only is there video footage of you corresponding with someone in your Discord that literally aligns perfectly with Destiny's own Discord, offering clips for you to pull.
That sounds like a stretch.
You've also used used clips that are unlisted called Hamas Abi
Yeah.
when making arguments about my virulent anti-Semitism
Who gives a fuck?
from
I pulled a
unlisted
clip.
link that came from a Destiny fan account.
So that's your
But
proof that I
also,
work with
none
Destiny.
of that is relevant.
Okay.
What's relevant is your constant coordination with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman, who you featured on your context nuke. So yeah,
Did I
I
feature
don't
him in
think
my
it's that
content?
ridiculous of a fucking assertion to make, especially when
I don't remember what it
considering the fact that you have been corresponding with Dan Saltman, and you did, and he is Destiny's podcast co-host, and the
Destiny's friend podcast co-host on stream right now. Dan Clancy is the Twitch CEO. Okay. Okay.
what does he call himself? The the general of the Hezbollah, I think that's what they call themselves, the Taliban and the Hezbollah, their mass harassment operation that they engage in. So yeah, I think that is not a ridiculous fucking claim to make at all.
It's actually insane, and it's a really convenient way of discrediting me when I've never spoken to.
Funny enough. Now he's doing the same thing. I would say this is 3-1. 3 to Ethan, 1 to... Because he brought this point, this is a losing point, and actually Hassan kinda has a better argument of like why it would be more likely that Ethan is in connection with Destiny than not. It's like, again, doesn't matter, not really, but you know, if we had to concede points, I think it's 3-1 for Ethan.
No, I think you're doing enough
talked about
to
Destiny in my life.
I don't need to bring
it's
that
a really
up.
nice way of you. You know what? I think you're hallucinating, buddy. I think you are Oh, you got
Now
to
he's doing the same thing he did to him, but yeah.
Meme from his subreddit once, and
No,
there was a guy in your Discord. It's also in his Discord. I think you're
I didn't
hallucinating.
say any of those things.
You sound fucking unhinged, dude. Are you crashing out, Hassan?
Ethan, I didn't.
Hassan, are you crashing out?
I gave you.
Do you have friends who are aware
reason.
of the condition and can help you get the help you need?
Okay, Ethan.
You're delusional.
You featured Destiny's podcast.
I said he discovered the IP ban. Is that not true? I said dance all.
Yeah, but like featuring a co-host, like I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep, but like yeah, I still give this point to Hassan, but it's not that deep.
Discovered the IP ban. That's all I said. I didn't endorse. I didn't. All I said is he discovered the IP ban. Is that true? Is that materially true?
I don't think so.
It is. It is.
I think someone in Destiny's community did, but it's fine. Yeah.
So how is that an endorsement?
Ethan, are you claiming that you don't have
whenever you're trying to avoid
Dan
Ethan, Hassan, are you hallucinating?
Ethan,
Hassan,
do you not correspond with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman?
I've talked to Dan Saltman, but also I don't think that's Destiny, is it?
Yeah, no, that's just his podcast co-host and is perfectly aligned with him and uses his community to brigade. And also has literally tried to blackmail people in Destiny's own community.
I don't really fucking care because that's not Destiny, is it?
Unearthing sex crimes that he did.
Man, you are really
It's a weird fucking argument. This whole argument is
weird.
I'm not endorsing him at all. I just said I've spoken to him.
No, yeah, you're not endorsing him. You're just getting information
from him. Have you ever spoken to somebody
use.
you don't endorse? I mean, what kind of silly bullshit are we doing here?
Certainly.
Well, there you go. Oh my God,
I don't endorse. I'm speaking to one right now.
You talked to Dan Saltman. You're fucking outed as a Destiny's best friend.
Ethan, you're the one who admitted that just now.
I said I've spoken with Dan Saltman, not that I'm a Destiny collaborator, which is what you claim, which is an outright, pathetic, provably wrong lie. And this is part of your disinformation campaign to delegitimize my points without ever having to address them. And isn't that convenient? You never have to address anything I say.
Right on that.
Ethan's friends with Destiny. Ethan's hallucinating.
Ethan, I don't think I need to. I didn't bring up Destiny. You did.
Yeah, also, because you lied about me for 2 years working with him.
2 years.
That's right. Hassan.
Oh wait, this is. Oh wait, so this is about different point. Oh, this is not about what Hassan... Oh, wait, this is a completely different point. Did I misunderstand?
You want to tell me what is your evidence that I work with or talk to or have any association with at all with Destiny?
What? Destiny? What?
What? The guy that I talk about fucking obsessively 100 times a day that is like basically like the Antichrist, Lord Voldemort in my community? Yeah, you accuse me of working with him, knowing him, talking to him. What is your evidence for that?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Not only is there video footage of you corresponding with someone in your Discord that literally aligns perfectly with Destiny's own Discord, offering clips for you.
Oh, so this is another ADL conversation, but about Destiny this time. Okay.
Out of context,
with
a compilation of a 2-hour sequence of out of context clips.
You want to do this? What's out of context? Okay. Name one thing. Go ahead, read the chat. Someone will send you on Discord.
No. I have it readily available.
Well, I'll wait.
One of the major points that you made that I've seen through other people's coverage of it so far is that I deny rapes happening on October 7th. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
October 7th. There's a clip of you when you first encounter that statement where you are actually understanding of my position until your wife stops you and says that's inappropriate.
I was very surprised that a defamation suit wasn't announced to Hassan at the end of this debate. Because he didn't admit to anything. I think well, so far, there's no way to prove that unless Hassan would have admitted or conceded to it, there's no way to prove his involvement in anything. So, yeah. So I can see Ethan here trying to find something that he could sue Hassan for defamation for. But I don't think so far, because Hassan is a very slippery snake. So I don't think he's not admitting to anything. He's not conceding any points. He's not agreeing to anything. Which, smart on him to do it. It sucks because everyone knows that he's lying, but can't be proven in court. So.
You literally say,
And again,
he's saying-
defamations are like the worst fucking lawsuits because it's like good luck proving that, not because like defamation is not just like speaking ill of a person. It's also like there has to be damages done based on the speech, and it's very hard to prove damages being done over somebody lying about you, right? It is very hard. Now, in Ethan's case, probably easier because if he can build the case and connect the CPS involvement from basically his Hassan thing, then maybe I'm not a lawyer or whatever, but I'm just like, you know, with trying to use some sense, some logic connectivity here. If he could get Hassan to admit certain wrongdoings, then he might be able to build the case that the people who sent CPS, who are also like, you know, massive advocates of Hassan, you know, like it's a very convoluted thing to prove. Like it's not going to be an easy proof. But if Hassan doesn't say yes to anything, then yeah, good luck. The person who called CPS admitted to being influenced by Hassan. That, like, even then, you can't blame Hassan for it. That's the thing. Unless Hassan would have admitted it. Now, I think there is a defamation lawsuit case that Ethan is working on, and I think he is trying to get as many connections to that case as possible. I think this whole debate is just him trying to get more stuff he could use for a lawsuit case. I don't think the lawsuit is against Hassan though. But yeah, examples. Well, evidence really. Like, but unless Hassan admits to certain things, right? He won't be able to use that in the case because like anything can help, right? Obviously the lawyers would have to like fucking dissect this and see if they can use anything. I think Ethan is already working on a massive defamation case, probably the most notorious one, and honestly he really should do a case against him, is this this idiot. I call him Discount Destiny. Yeah, this retard. Yeah. So if he can, like, him, he definitely should sue. Like 100% he should sue this guy. Okay? But he's a fucking retard. Okay? But if he wants a bigger case than that, then he needs something from Hassan.
The likelihood of rapes happening does not justify genocide, which you agree. A genocide is happening. Ever since then, though, months later, you still chose.
Her name is Hila, by the way, Hassan. I don't know why you refer to her as my
wife.
wife. I find that a little chauvinistic, frankly. You know who she is. You know her well. You've begged for Teddy Fresh from her many times. So, like, yeah, you know who she is. You've written her emails asking for clothing. Her name is Hila.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so why don't you say that? Why,
okay.
Who goes, oh, your wife? Like, she's not. She has no. She's just like, oh.
I wasn't.
I mean, honestly, if I was arguing with someone, I feel like I would still use that same language. If I was arguing with Ethan and I had something to say about Hila, I would still kind of say like, if I bring her into the conversation, I would probably still say like your wife, rather than call her by name. I don't know, man. Same as like if I had a problem with you and your brother, I wouldn't call your brother by name. I'd be like you and your brother, or like whatever, right? Like I don't know, man. And like I get it, like no one calls her by name ever, like even in the content cap, but I feel like in many cases you usually don't. Like if you're talking about person A, everyone else is like person B, person C, person D, whatever. They all refer to as your father, your brother, your wife, your sister, your mother, right? Like it's kind of like how you would refer to them. You won't be calling them by name. And I think it's not only just for you, it's for the audience as well. Because maybe not everyone is familiar with all the connections. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like he's been making this point often, but I feel like it's more normal to say your wife in this case.
Can you respond to what I was saying?
Absolutely. With great pleasure, I will respond.
Why is it that you initially understood the full context until Gila stopped you and said, no.
I'll answer. Would you like me to answer? That's one example of many. Seeing your response in the totality of all the responses shows that you do deny the rapes that happened on October 7th. In fact,
the totality of all my responses.
In fact, you had promised me, and I know you would never lie to me, that you would watch the context puke with me. So why don't we pull up that bit there, and we can see how out of context it is.
Boom. Do it.
Great. Someone pulling that, Dan? How you doing? I'm waiting for the link. You good?
Am I? Oh, yeah, I'm great. I don't think this is going the way you perceived it to be going. But
No, it's definitely.
I mean, you're reading your chat. Do you think that's the most accurate way?
I'll be honest with you. I was thinking about being a lot more stern initially, but this has turned into the last conversation that we had, where I am trying to gently nudge you in the direction of sanity.
Ethan, I want you to really understand. You're crazy. You're crashing out. You're hallucinating, my friend. Come sit over here. You know what I mean? Don't ignore this wasp.
He is right though. He's right. That is Hassan is very condescending. Yeah. I know like Hassan's getting encouragement from his chat saying that Ethan looks like crazy, but Hassan's chat, I mean, their brains are plastered all over the wall anyways. Like their brain is not functioning at all. It's fucking like it's like just some mush on some wall. Okay, so like their point of view is really like pretty much irrelevant. I think most people viewing this, and obviously it's posted on the H3 podcast, and it has more likes than dislikes, meaning that most people agree with Ethan on pretty much everything.
Ignore the accusations of working with the ADL with no credibility. Ignore the tier list with fucking Ben Shapiro and Ethan. Come sit here. You're hallucinating. Oh, thank you so much for, you know what? Thank you, Hassan. That's so kind of you. How fucking genuine of you to take off the baby gloves. You fucking liar.
I mean, this
you are a prolific liar, bro. Where's the link?
Yeah.
Just control F or.
The reason, for the record, the reason why I don't like to bring Gila into the conversation is because I'm addressing my concerns with you, and I don't think that it's appropriate for me to,
I agree with them on this.
Extend
well, you
the
just,
lens of
I mean,
criticism
that's a little
to other
silly
people.
considering you're like, well, actually, it was Hila who influenced your opinion, the evil IDF lady. Anyway.
Okay, while we're waiting for the clip.
No, I got it.
Well, okay.
Violent rapes that took place, that is way beyond the pale.
I'm hearing you. There is one instance in captivity.
Chair react.
That we have.
I'm not gonna let you chair react to me, buddy. You grab that Dr. Pepper. I'll wait.
No, I said I'm listening to you. Don't worry. I was grabbing another soda. Go ahead.
On the pale.
There is one instance in captivity. Put a Hamas headband on me?
I sure did.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7th, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival, women were horribly raped.
I can't see myself, by the way, if you're showing my
You're
reaction.
giggling. You're giggling. It's so funny.
Has a right to
No,
defend
I'm not
itself.
giggling.
sure are.
Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about?
What rapes did
The
Hamas
Stop
do?
Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed.
That's something you go to a lot. You notice that? Call people mentally ill. I find that odd. Probably should revise that. I don't know if that's kosher for leftist values.
Horrific acts of sexual violence.
I'm not exactly doing a lot of stuff that's kosher for leftist values in general.
So you have no problem weaponizing mental health?
Yeah, when someone is hallucinating, I think it's appropriate to say that.
By your authority, I will decide who's hallucinating. Hassan. Watch this.
Horrific acts of sexual violence.
Eden.
Hassan, I'm so sorry.
It's
You
not
promised that
wrong,
we would watch
but
this. I
still.
pulled it up. Now sit silently and enjoy.
Okay, well, I got the point. You're saying that like you're showing clips of me. You're showing clips of me saying that
women
someone
and
is
girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people can't contend with. Like
now this part technically means that this doesn't go for the point of him believing that no rapes happen. It just means that he doesn't care if they did or did not happen, right? So it's great for like context of like the individual, but for the sake of this point where Hassan says that rapes didn't happen, it doesn't apply realistically.
Leftists go from believe all women to Pics or it didn't happen. There you go, son. What do you got?
Pics or it didn't happen. That's great commentary, by the way. Okay,
I mean, it's pretty apt.
Okay, so let's talk about it. You did actually. I'm surprised. You did actually show my findings on the UN committee report that came out.
The one that you misrepresent continually.
I did not
fucking continually lie about the conclusion.
Report. Wait, what did I misrepresent about the
Go
UN
ahead, you
preliminary report?
tell me what it said.
The UN preliminary report was not an investigative report. like, for example, the investigative report that came out about Israel's systematized sexual assaults that was 49 pages long.
Horrible. What a horrible thing that was.
Yeah,
Unironically.
no, absolutely.
Just unacceptable.
The level of evidence in a preliminary report is only enough to actually create an actual investigation. The problem is Israel has denied an actual investigation to take place. Israel has told the United Nations that they are not allowed to do an actual investigation and to simply listen to what they have to say. Now, not only is Israel...
There are literally women who have said, I was raped.
Do you feel like the Israeli government lies?
Do you? I mean, all governments lie. I'm not going to defend Israel.
I agree,
You said there's women that come out and said, I was raped.
What?
There are women on the record, on video, saying I was raped.
Like you're saying, you're saying there are multiple women that are on the record saying I was raped.
Correct.
There is, as far as I understand,
one instance
in
course,
captivity.
as far as you understand, because you don't give a fuck about the real
directed by Hamas. What?
Well, of course, that's as far as you can conclude because you don't give a fuck about the truth. You just want to do propaganda. Remember?
Ethan.
Hassan, please calm down.
Okay,
you're getting worked up.
I don't know why you're
whoa.
behaving in such a childish manner when we are actually talking about finally some serious stuff. Okay.
Well, okay.
Okay. In terms of the UN preliminary report and the findings, okay, there is a clear-cut lack of evidence for any forensic examination to take place due to the incompetence of the Israeli government and specifically the organization Zakah that spent most of its time in the immediate aftermath of October 7 taking bodies out of body bags and putting them into Zakah-branded body bags. This was reported by...
Why doesn't just, like, UN just go to where the hostages are and, like, examine them for evidence of rape? Oh, yeah, they can because they're gonna get killed. Right, yeah, no, that would be a problem, How can you determine if somebody was sexually assaulted many months ago while they're in captivity as a hostage and all the wounds from the assault would have healed by now? And we can't take their word for it. Yeah, it's a hard question to answer. Yeah.
The Haaretz as well, they polluted the evidence pool. Okay? That's number one. Number two, numerous people that came out.
Now, I would probably agree that Israel would be in its benefit for the propaganda war, right? Same as like what Hamas is doing, like all the dead babies or all the dead children that are actually not dead, nor are they injured. Same with the children, right? Like plenty of evidence that already showed that's like they just drew blood on them and like whatever, right? Like, yeah, the ones without legs and stuff like that, okay, sure, like those are real. Maybe, honestly, maybe. Hollywood is insane these days. But like, would I believe that Israel also exaggerated numbers and exaggerated cases? Yeah, probably. Yeah. But I also believe that women were raped. Like, I just know the enemy well enough to know that happened.
Out and offered eyewitness testimony have since then been discredited. Also, according to Haaretz reporting.
Which article?
What's
the Haaretz article that accuses victims of sexual assault of lying about it? Go ahead and link me that one. And by the way, while you look for that,
no, not victims of sexual assault, Ethan. I'm using my words very carefully.
Right.
Not
of course, I remember you do that.
Assault. Not victims of sexual assault. Eyewitness testimony initially provided that led people to believe that there were sexual assaults that were taking place.
Show me the source.
Were then discredited.
Show me the source. By the way, Hassan, while you look for that, I'm assuming that you're quoting the UN Representative Secretary General on Sexual Violence and Conflicts report, right? This is one everyone refers to. Now, are you aware how these kind of papers work? They do a very precise conclusion at the end that summarizes the main thesis and points driven home in the article. That's what the conclusion is. Let me read it for you. Overall, based on the totality of information gathered from multiple and independent sources at different locations, there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence occurred at several locations across the Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the October 7th, 2023 attack. Credible, circumstantial information, which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation, sexualized torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, was also gathered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'm gonna watch.
Are they hallucinating?
No. So you just don't know what words mean. So credible, circumstantial evidence. Do you know what that means?
It means that there's of course.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence. Credible
That's why I said Pics didn't happen, bro.
Is not enough to prosecute.
Hassan needs rape kits.
Circumstantial evidence is not enough
Pics didn't happen, right?
Prosecute rape, which is precisely the reason
nobody's
why the Israeli prosecutors themselves.
But nobody's prosecuting anybody over this. This is a war. It's not like you're like, excuse me, the UN comes to the Gaza and it's like, excuse me, I need soldier Muhammad, and what are other, Salim. I need these 3 soldiers. They're accused of rape. We're gonna do a proper investigation now. please stop with the war while we investigate and let's prosecute. Like, bro, like that doesn't happen. Like, what do you mean you need a prosecution?
Have said that in the absence of a singular victim coming out, and also with all of the forensic evidence that has been tarnished already.
Show me evidence for anything you're saying. That's not. Show me evidence for anything you're claiming that isn't some unhinged freak on Twitter. Believe all women, hey? Hey, are we believing all women unless they're Israeli? Right after the October 7th Hamas attack in Israel, Zaka, the disaster victim identification volunteers, were among the first civilians responding on the scene. Zaka is an Israeli rescue and recovery organization primarily staffed by ultra-Orthodox Jewish volunteers, known for their work in collecting human remains for proper burial according to Jewish law. I think what happened is, a lot of what happened is that obviously you don't rape someone and then keep them alive. Right? So most someone were murdered, and a lot of the forensic evidence.
I'm sending Dan the PBS article about how 2 debunked accounts of sexual violence on October 7 fueled the global dispute over Israel-Hamas war. This is from May 22nd, 2022. This is about the witness testimony that was discredited. Okay.
But so even if one account was discredited, there's many.
No, it's not one account. It's 2 accounts. But the rest
there's way more than 2 accounts.
I must say though, like just like as a side note, has nothing to do with it. A good suit really makes you look so much better. Like Ethan looks way better. Like he looks way healthier, sharper, just because of the suit, man. I'm starting to admire suits in my older age. Like, man, suits like proper suits, just they could really make you look so much more better. I don't know what better word to use, right?
You know what you're doing? You're like, this girl lied about being raped, therefore all these women need to be questioned. That's actually what you're doing. You're saying Pics didn't happen. I don't believe women if they're Israeli.
Can you point me to actual to victims that came out?
Yes.
Because as far as I understand, Israeli police have asked victims and witnesses to testify about Hamas and sexual violence in the aftermath of October 7, and it seems like their investigations were inconclusive because by the admission of the Israeli prosecution,
show me evidence of anything you're saying.
They openly said that there were no victims that came out.
Yeah, well, yes, you read it on Haaretz.
You don't wait. Do you think that Haaretz is not a credible institution of journalism at this point?
No, but you guys lean on that. You just lie about what it says because it sounds credible.
Who is you guys?
You and all of your fucking dumbass cohorts that do the same typical rhetorical tools to just say whatever the fuck you want without ever having to back it up or knowing what you're talking about in the least bit. So show me the evidence. Haaretz boy.
I sent debunked narratives, and also here is the Israeli prosecutor
has acknowledged
that 50 months after the events of October 7, 2023, Israel has still not identified any victims in which a case can be brought against an alleged perpetrator of a sexual attack.
They're all dead.
The admission is in line with a complete lack of any credible evidence regarding.
Say that again.
Here is the Israeli prosecutor Morangitz has acknowledged that 50 months after the events of October 7, 2023, Israel has still not identified any victims in which a case can be brought against an alleged perpetrator of a sexual attack.
They're all dead.
Would this so like let's think about this sentence for a second, right? In which a case could be brought against an alleged perpetrator. If somebody goes and rapes a bunch of women, right? And there's evidence that they were all raped, but that somebody is dead, right? Like after the fact, obviously not during, after the fact. Would this sentence still hold true? That you still cannot bring a case against anybody in this scenario because the perpetrator is dead.
After the events of October 7, 2023, Israel has still not identified any victims in which a case can be brought against an alleged perpetrator of a sexual attack.
Identified any victims in which the perpetrator can be brought into account. So it means that there are no cases where a perpetrator can be brought to account, not that there are no victims of sexual assault. That's the wording, right? Like that's how you can misrepresent an article. Or that's how you can word an article as well.
They're all dead.
The admission is in line with a complete lack of any credible evidence regarding incidents of sexual violence, which is particularly notable when these claimed. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this foundation is, but there is news reporting on this. I don't know why someone sent me this link of this.
Do you think what is your point? What you said doesn't change anything. You're talking about. Do you think that they raped people and then didn't kill them?
You said that there are victims. Can you give me the names of the victims?
Yes.
I will. First of all, I am not in the business of denying rape. If there are victims that have come forward in this process,
I will play it for you.
As I've said, there was an instance of sexual assault that took place in captivity, and it was not the systematized rape that was directed by Hamas, as the New York Times' erroneous reporting that did not meet its own standard, its own editorial standard, as a matter of fact.
But by that standard, there's also no like when you're blaming the IDF of being rapists and stuff like that, there's no standard in the IDF where you rape people. It's like, yeah, you have bad soldiers, like you have bad, evil people in the army sometimes that do horrible things until they get caught. Yes, like that's like, hello, like especially like when you have to go to the army at 18, no matter who you are, pretty much, unless you already have like a case against you, like in court, like unless you are in juvie or some shit like that. Maybe that's the only case where you don't, and even then, I'm pretty sure you still go into the army. Right, so it's like you have horrible people in the army. IDF never directs anyone to sexually abuse or like to torture captives unless like it's interrogation, and even if they did, that would be like Mossad territory. That wouldn't be like an IDF territory.
Written by a person who literally was taken off the editorial board, taken off the actual paper for some of her insane tweets about Gaza. None of these, like, there's a lot of stories surrounding this, but I'm not in the business of fucking denying rape. So if you have credible evidence, please present it, and I will admit that I'm wrong. Give me the names.
Yeah. There's a video. Hold on.
Is the video from Screams Without Violence? Is that where you're gonna? Is that where you're gonna present?
No, it's not from that. There's one recently of a woman testifying. I think it was either in the UN or the Congress. She's sitting on a bench. She's talking to a mic, and she's speaking in English. Yeah, we'll get there. But like, yeah, I mean, what's your problem with Sheryl Sandberg's documentary?
Sheryl Sandberg has also been accused of sexual harassment herself, but outside of that,
What the fuck does that have to do with her documentary?
Like what? I'm discrediting her for making this documentary because she herself was accused of sexual violence.
Her documentary is basically the unsubstantiated claims that some of which were directly
by the victims
found to be incorrect. But not only is it unsubstantiated claims, it's just a recycling of the same Screams Without Violence, the Screams Without Words article that the New York Times wrote that didn't even meet its own editorial standard. Okay, we're having this conversation. You seemingly act like you care about sexual violence taking place against Israelis. Meanwhile, one of the hostages that actually was returned in the early stages did get raped by an Israeli fitness instructor.
You know,
I have not seen you talk about that. I have not seen you talk about the Israeli pro-rape
crime that an Israeli did unrelated to the conflict.
Israel had a January 6th style. Israel had a January 6th style pro-rape riot where a bunch of rabid right-wing.
Do you think I'm defending this?
I'm not defending this. The prosecutor's office and forcibly with guns took out 6 concentration camp prison guards from the Sdei Taman facility that had actually raped numerous Palestinians on camera.
Are you done grandstanding? Here's a victim.
One that they raped to death.
Are you done?
I'm all pro-Israel, but I'll tell you right now, if I was there where they're raping people, I would probably be shooting my own people. Or at the very least, I would like be knocked unconscious for fighting off people trying to rape other people. Right? I don't know, man. I feel like just raping people. I mean, I believe in like Cesar San, the guy that used prostitutes, was later involved with human trafficking. I mean, you know, yeah, you know, it's like she's not a credible source because she's also accused of sexual assault. So Hassan Piker is not a reliable source because he's accused of going to a nightclub. Not a nightclub. What do you call it? It's not a nightclub. It was. Was it a nightclub or was it a strip club? I think it was a strip club, right? That was involved with human trafficking. Or was it a nightclub? Fuck, that's so funny. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, it's kind of fun. And also Diddy parties. Don't forget the Diddy parties. But yeah, that argument is like was kind of weak. But yeah, if people were actually like actively going for like raping hostages, you know, IDF soldiers or whatever, going out of their way to like rape terrorist hostages they took. I don't know, man. I believe like you should torture a rapist and a child rapist as much as you want, but I don't believe you should be raping them. I know. I believe in eye for an eye. I believe 2 eyes for an eye. But I don't know, man. Something about like a rape is just like, I don't know. I don't think like, even if somebody raped somebody, that they should be raped. You can like, they should have like their dick cut off, their balls cut off, you know, make them eat their own fucking testicles, you know, shit like that, sure. I don't know, man. I feel like just raping them is just not it. I don't know. Just doesn't hit the mark for some reason.
Here's a victim you asked for. Here we go. This is from, I think there was an even more recent one than this, but, oh, where's the audio? Fuck. Hold on, let me unmute.
Unable to move and had to ask for permission to use the bathroom. In that house, I was sexually assaulted by the Hamas terrorist who had guarded me. He forced me to go to the shower and entered the room, pointed his gun at me. He was breathing heavily and had a monstrous beast-like face. He meticulously planned his assault, scheming and waiting for the moment to have his way. He kept asking me private sexual questions while sitting next to me in his underwear, lifting my shirt, touching me, and constantly asking me when my period would be over.
Sorry, just to butt in here.
Can
Is
you-
she
can you-
lying
wait,
yet or
hold
no?
on.
Is she lying or hallucinating?
Ethan, have
Let
I
me-
ever said that rapes did not take place,
Well, you
at
see-
least according to one credible personal testimony in captivity, not on October 7, but in captivity?
Kind of, yeah. Yes.
Over.
You're doing it right now.
What do you
I
mean,
knew
kind
exactly
of?
what he was
Ethan,
planning to
Ethan,
do.
You
And
literally
yet I couldn't do
featured-
anything to prevent
Wait, pause
it.
it for a second.
No,
I was
listen to what she has to say,
utterly
Hassan.
When the
Ethan,
assault
I
was
don't
over.
Hassan, don't
disagree with
silence
this.
her. Let
You
her fucking
literally
talk.
mentioned
Even allowed
No,
to-
because you're acting like this never happened, that it's exaggerated, that
mentioning my
everybody's lying,
acknowledgement
that
in the
Israelis
video
are just
that you
inherently
played.
evil monsters that are responsible for everything bad that's
Ethan,
ever happened.
you
Listen to her.
acknowledged-
Cry
Ethan,
or to be
you
sad.
Listen to her
know-
words.
I had no one
Ethan-
to comfort me and was forced to act nice
Listen to
the person who
my
had just
words.
Listen to
sexually
this
assaulted
victim.
me
Show her
in
some
the
respect,
most
Hassan.
horrifying way.
Oh, it's so gross
Not a
the way
day
you're
goes
doing
by
this.
that I don't think about
Yeah, it's
what
gross.
that terrible man did to
It
me.
is. You're-
We were held
you're
in such
Show respect,
inhuman
bro.
conditions.
Brother. That
no
is
person,
fucking
no person
gross.
should ever be subjected
Dan,
to
pull
such
the
brutal
fucking plug
and
on this.
ruthless
Holy
treatment.
shit.
Now,
You really have no problem speaking over a rape victim when there's really.
Dude, you don't give a fuck about rape. Look, what are you doing? Look at what you're doing. I never said that no one ever got sexually assaulted in
First
captivity
male
in the
rape
hands of
survivor of
Hamas
Hamas on
militant.
October
I
7th.
literally said in the video.
A man
in the
who was
video
stripped naked
that
and
you
raped by
showed
Hamas on
from your
October 7th,
context nuke,
as revealed
in the
for the
video
first
that you
time, how he was
showed
spat
from
on
your
and
context
humiliated
nuke.
as his murderous rapist left. The victim, only identified as Initial D, is the first man to speak about the sexual assault he and others experienced when Hamas elite the Nakba unit massacred, kidnapped, and raped innocent people enjoying the Supernova music festival. They pin you down to the ground. You try to resist. They take off your clothes, laugh at you, humiliate you, spit on you. Said the victim, who's hold on.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to my
They
words
touch my
very
private
carefully,
parts, they
because
rape
you're not going through this in a dignified way, and I think it's very gross. What you're doing here is simply weaponizing
Bro,
a
you are
victim
so
as a
pathetic.
fucking
You're weaponizing the victims that I said don't exist. All right, cool.
prop, a victim that I also acknowledged. Okay?
Silence.
And you know
In
I
new
acknowledged
footage,
it because you posted it in your video
Here
that
it
you
is.
just showed me.
Here's the clip.
reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life
Yeah,
as a
like,
hostage in
yeah. How is he supposed to? Yeah, how is he supposed to show this without you saying he's weaponizing it? It's like, show me the evidence. I'm showing you the evidence. Now you're weaponizing it. Like, what the fuck, bro? What is this?
Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hassan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
You're doing it matter if fucking rapes
Listen,
happen on October 7th.
there are dozens of testimonies from
Especially when he says Pics didn't have. Basically, yeah. And it's like this whole like argument of rape kits and stuff. By the way, let's be real. If you actually believe that rapes don't happen in times of war, you're fucking retarded. You're literally retarded. In any war ever fought, there would be rapes happening. And it's not directed by the upper branch or anything like that. It's just soldiers, people, humans that are just fucking vile. Okay? There you have so many soldiers that are just like addicted to dominating the opponent by either force of lethality of like their weapons, of their technology, or force of like man versus woman. Like this is like taking advantage of the situation. Yeah, basically like they will take advantage of the situation. It's like I don't want to say like it's normal, but in times of war, like it's not abnormal for this to happen since the history of mankind. Like, yeah, it happens. So it's like when you straight up deny that Hamas, who hates Jews, like literally in their fucking charter, it says they hate the Jew. They want to kill all the Jews, not just in Israel, all of them, right? They hate these people. You are telling me they would not be raping their women if they had the chance? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. You don't need evidence for this. This is like normal human behavior in times of war. You like, and again, maybe it wouldn't be fair, even though knowing Hamas, usually they would just kill all the men and the women would become slaves. Yeah, I mean, like that's even worse. Like what it used to be. I'm talking about like in a more modern time, you know. It's like, but yeah, back in those days, like, yeah, they would even become slaves, sex slaves, and all that stuff, right? They would be sold off to other continents and stuff. They would be bartered with across the world. People would buy them as sex slaves everywhere. Like, it's like, yeah, like this is not uncommon, you know, in war practices. So to think that Hamas would never fucking rape, when, like, why? Because they're morally good. Like, none of their tactics are morally good. It's like, yeah, they're doing whatever they can to win, sure, whatever, I'll give that to them, but it's like, you can't call them a moral army. And bro, even moral armies like the fucking Crusades, how much you want to bet there were crusaders who were fucking raping people? Like, it's like, oh no, there are some psychopaths, parasites inside of the church who are raping people. Who would have thunk? Have you seen the Catholic Church in recent years? Fuck, man.
Witnesses, most of who
Dozens
were in
of
hiding
testimonies.
and heard. Oh yeah.
Ethan,
Are you denying that?
You said, in the beginning, I'm going to use my words very carefully here. In the beginning, you said on October 7th, there were numerous victims of sexual violence. That you said, not me, you said that there were numerous victims of sexual violence that actually came forward. So I ask you for names of the numerous victims of sexual violence on October 7th. Because
wait, hold on.
said
You're saying
no
wait, what?
Wait, what? Was she kidnapped in October 20th? She was kidnapped in October 7th. That's when all the kidnapping happened. That means that she was raped since October 7th. Maybe, like, not the day of. They were kind of busy in the day of. But, like, you know, shortly after. And also, like, Agam says that she wasn't a victim of sexual assault, but a lot of women around her were. So I was like,
wait, you're saying they have to have been on
that report. I looked at that same UN report and said that there was valid, credible, first-hand testimony on sexual assault.
I wish you had the energy you have
was not on October
for
7th.
the Israelis raping people. As I wish you had the same energy for the fucking Palestinian terrorists raping people. I wish you had the same energy.
I can't invent rapes. You have not given me any names. What are you talking about?
I'm showing you people and names. What do you mean?
It's so vile to deny suffering and trauma of the victim. If there are victims, you
know what? This is not going anywhere. Let's just move on.
And also, like, if this is such a point of contention of, like, oh, look, Israel is raping people, that's why they're evil, then it's like, how are you still a fan of Hamas then? Like, they're also raping people, right? Like, it's like, if your standard of why they're evil, or like part of your stand for why they're evil is because they're raping people, then you should admit that Hamas is also evil, at least based on that one standard. Right, you can defend them on other standards, do whatever you want, obviously, but it's like on this standard of rape. Kind of hypocritical of you, no?
Yeah, let's just,
what do you mean? You can't just let us move on from this. This is a major point of contention. You have
but you're not agreeing on it.
As a rape denier when you yourself,
but you are.
One evidence,
you deny mass rapes happened, and you're doing it right now.
The instance of sexual violence in captivity
I just showed you two.
that we know of up until this point, you and I both agree on.
I showed you two.
That I agree with that. You know that I've talked about it. You know that
deny mass rapes happened,
and yet
not that rapes happened.
What?
You deny that mass rapes happen, not that rapes happen. Listen to my words.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do
good. Well, there you go.
Because there is no evidence. And
I just showed you two.
The clips that you used, ironically enough, the reason I say it's out of context is because at that point, I personally took a position where I said very carefully and very deliberately that mass rapes that are directed by Hamas did not happen. There was no evidence for this whatsoever.
Four survivors told us.
First of all, I'm pretty sure that is a revision. I doubt he ever said directed by Hamas, right? Because then it would apply to his claim about the IDF rapes that he's claiming about, the rape riots. That's like it was directed by the IDF, right? Because again, if the same standard applies to both sides, right? It's like, well, rapes happened, but wasn't like directed by Hamas. Well, then why are you making such a big deal of the same thing happening in reverse, where like you have the Israelis who are, you know, raping captives? This also wasn't directed by the IDF. If you're like, again, hold the same standard, then it's not hard, right? Calling the IDF evil because you have the rape riots, but calling Hamas good guys because they didn't directly direct people to rape. These are like different standards for the same thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Authorities, they were sexually assaulted on October 7th. Report. First-hand account of such crimes have been rare, as most victims were killed. Hassan. Report follows earlier testimony from a man who said he was raped by terrorists at the Nova Festival. 4 people have told authorities that they were sexually assaulted by terrorists on October 7th. Channel 12 reports. on Thursday, adding to a growing body of evidence of the systemic sexual assault committed by Hamas. Unlike most of the previous evidence of sexual assault on October 7th, which was largely based on eyewitness testimony, the Channel 12 report is notable because it is based on firsthand accounts of victims. You can yawn all you want. Firsthand testimony of such crimes has been rare because the victims have been killed. Dipshit.
Okay, Ethan,
they fucking kill them. According to the report, 4 individuals approached the welfare minister with their accounts.
Sorry, there's no way to actually examine.
Sorry, talk about being gross. Listen to these victims.
When someone is murdered, there's no way to do forensics evidence to actually
you know the fucking answer to that.
Actually conclude
because
that person was sexually assaulted.
You know that the religious organization that is first responders that you cited has a policy of burying the bodies to avoid disgracing them. That's
Ethan, you just said dozens of victims came out in that article.
Reading you. What are you doing, bro? I'm showing you the evidence that you're wrong right now. According to the report.
Fuck. How do I even? Deceased. Jewish law, autopsies are generally not permitted. Okay. To the respect owed to the dead and perceived desecration of the body. Okay.
4 individuals approached the welfare ministry with their accounts of what happened to them during the Hamas onslaught, which saw blah, 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 12, sorry, not blah, 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 but 200 people killed and 250 kidnapped. The report followed a separate Channel 12 story on Wednesday that provided first-hand testimony from a man who said he was raped by terrorists at the Supernova, where hundreds of people were killed. Are these all lying? There are 5 people here. There's 3 that approached the ministry and 1 man who said he was raped. Are these all liars?
I don't know. I don't think they are. I have no reason to believe that they are. But from everything that I've seen, from everything that I've read on this, and I have read extensively on this, as far as forensic examination has been concluded, there is no evidence, no hard evidence of sexual assault. And I will give you a clip from.
But you don't do forensic examination on the dead.
A Haaretz article
this is so
that was posted by
here comes the Haaretz article. I just read you first-hand testimony of 4 people. What are you doing? You're saying that you're not believing the victims.
Ethan,
you're asking for Pics or it didn't happen.
It's not that I'm not believing the victims.
You said, where's their bodies? Pics or didn't happen.
You have mentioned, since
you're saying Pics or didn't happen.
Okay,
right?
Since the article that you mentioned came out, there have been further prosecutions on this. Why have they not led to any real prosecution?
They're dead. They're fucking dead, you moron. What do you mean?
First-hand testimony in this regard.
You killed all the fucking Hamas operatives in Israel.
I killed them?
What? Why are you
saying
okay?
You killed them?
I said they. Why the fuck would I say you killed them? That's insanely stupid. Are you okay? Hallucinating.
That's so stupid.
Maybe I misheard you. I'm pretty sure you said you killed them.
Sometimes when you're under stress, you can mishear things, but that's okay.
I might be my mistake. I have you on much lower volume because my volume.
Yo, clip that. Hassan said my mistake. I didn't even think he could say those 2 words in the same sentence. My and mistake. Holy. Finally, we got him. He admitted to be wrong for something.
That's part of the reason why I do ask.
At least it's possible.
That's fine. I want people to hear what we're saying, so that's totally fair.
If you're saying,
are you done or you want to keep going?
You just clip it and send it to me, chat. It's that simple, okay? And you probably said it by mistake, even if you did, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, we done with this one?
Okay, no, we're not done with this at all.
Go ahead. I just read 4 first.
The question I have for you is very simple. Okay.
Oh, if I said you, I misspoke. That's my bad. By the way, I may have actually said you.
It's fine.
I apologize.
You misspoke. I don't care. Let's move on.
Just want to make sure.
Let's get back to the actual main point of contention here.
The laggards. Pixar didn't
There
happen.
have been no rape allegations filed in the October 7 attacks. Not one. Okay? And this is...
Please tell me he doesn't mean like during October 7.
From Ynet, speaking to Moran Gatz, who I posted about earlier. Moran Gatz is the Southern District Prosecutor's Office in Israel, okay? She was a member of the Team 7110, responsible for cases involving captured Palestinians in connection with October 7th attacks. On investigations related to sexual violence, she says, in the end, we don't have any complainants. What was presented in the media compared to what will eventually come together will be entirely different. Either because the victims were murdered, okay, this is what they're saying, or because women who were raped aren't willing to expose it. That she excludes here another explanation, says Dropsite News, that no rapes occurred. We approached women's rights organizations and asked for cooperation. They told us that no one had approached them. There were parents who reached out to organizations asking what to do if something happened to their daughter, but they didn't reveal the abuse. So the question I have for you is this, okay? The question I have for
Once I found that only 18% of all women's rapes and 11% of child assaults were reported. Okay. Now, this is in like US and stuff, where you actually have things that can be done to the person who actually assaulted you, right? Now, if we take this number of 18%, right, and we put it into like a time of war, right? What would these women hope that could be done if they go and make a complaint or report it to the authorities? It's like, okay, I'm gonna go and report it to the authorities that I was raped while I was kidnapped in a tunnel. And I don't know the name of the guy. And it was kind of dark as well, so I couldn't really see his face well. Or he was wearing a cover, whatever, right? All I can remember that all of his teeth were fucking rotten. Okay. What exactly do you want? Like, what is the purpose of this report? Usually when women report is because, like, okay, you want, like, yeah, you want due process, right? But it's like, what due process would happen if you report some random guy in a different country raping you? Like, forget times of war, okay? Imagine you're visiting, right? You are visiting a, you know, like you go on a trip to Mexico, right? And you get raped, and then you go back home, and then you go and report this crime in your home place, like that is not Mexico, right? So it's like, let's say you live in Canada, you travel to Mexico, you got raped, you went back to Canada, and now you report it. The fuck do you want to be done? Like, what do you actually think would be done? And this is like with two allied countries. Now imagine in two countries that are at war. You're like, forget that, like, you reporting it as if like you want something to be done. It's like, sorry, forget like already that like you're unlikely to report it. But then if you also apply that's like you clearly know that nothing can be done about this case of rape, right? Why the fuck would you report it? Especially, why would you report this after you already went to the media with it? Like, just so it would be on file that you were raped? What is the purpose of reporting this after you already went on a documentary, on an interview, to the fucking UN Congress thing, like when you're like the face of the fucking media for like a couple of weeks after you were released as a rape, and like now you're a rape victim? Like, what is the why would you report this any further? Like, you've done everything you can realistically. Like, there's nothing more to do. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's not an argument.
What am I supposed to do in the situation when there are no victims that have come forward?
4 victims just gave first-hand testimony. I read it to you.
Died, but there's no forensic examination.
Pics
there has been no justice for these victims in Israel on October 7 due to the fact that the government completely ruined.
Who do you do forensic on? Forensic science is applied to a wide range of situations, from analysis of crime scene evidence to examining deceased individuals. Okay, so how do you get a forensic analysis of a corpse in a country that doesn't allow autopsies? Call a timeout, throw a penalty flag, and say, hey guys, we need to investigate this rape, and you're continue effort. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's like the same. It's like UN is like, oh, hey, we need to investigate these guys. Excuse me, Israel, excuse me, Hamas, you guys need to stop fighting. Hamas, can you please bring Muhammad Salem and Mahmoud over here? We need to investigate them. Like, bro, this shit doesn't happen. Like, fuck you want to happen in the time of war. Like, okay, you report the rape. Like, who the fuck, man? Yeah, like, well, no point in reporting this. Like, you went to the media. There's nothing more.
Okay. The government completely ruined any sort of forensic examination that could have taken place. There is no way to actually bring justice to these victims. Your assessment on this is so off base.
What do you mean the government destroy all the evidence? Did they blow up the bodies? of the deceased Jewish people.
Hassan, are you listening?
You think
Four first-hand victims. I just read it to you.
Okay, but
Let's,
what
you know
I'm
what?
giving
You're
is
right.
the Israeli
You know what, Hassan? You're right. Let's
own
err on the side
statement.
of these
If there are
victims
victims,
lying.
then why are
Let's
there-
err
why
on the
have
side.
they
No,
not-
you're totally right. This is the progressive way. Let's err on the side of these people lying instead of believing them. Let's do that. And yeah,
No,
they're all
I'm
lying.
not saying that they're lying. I'm telling
Yes, you
you,
are.
my confusion on this comes from the
Confusion.
fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
It's not confusing. It's obvious.
while
Most of this
previous
shit happened. Were killed,
while
and it's a
previous reporting came out-
religious
while
part of
previous
this first
reporting came
responding
out-
unit that they bury the bodies immediately to avoid humiliating them. It's all explainable.
What?
Yes. If you don't know that, then you are like woefully misinformed. Which is just
Dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh, it doesn't matter. There has to be a forensic examination.
Pics didn't happen.
No, they don't. Like, but what if they don't do a forensic examination? Like, what if they don't do autopsies? Right? What if the body is like, was raped, kept alive for like a couple months, and then died? You probably won't have anything to examine anyways.
They bury the body.
No, not Pics. It didn't happen. You don't think that the
buried the
victims deserve
bodies.
justice? What's wrong with you? Do you don't think these
Justice.
victims deserve justice?
This
Why
is
did
so
Israel
stupid. Can we please
refuse
move on?
an outside investigative committee?
How do you explain these four accusers?
Under normal circumstances,
How do you
to
explain these
United
four
Nations
accusers?
or a third party,
How do you
come
explain these
in
four
and conduct an
accusers?
investigation?
How do you explain the four accusers?
I don't know.
Okay,
Why?
very
How
good.
do you explain
Well,
the
let's
fact that
Okay, very
four
good.
accusers?
Okay, very good. This is so absurd,
My
man.
information is more relevant because it's new. It's newer. Okay.
What's
I don't
new?
know. I can't.
guess we're at an
can't
impasse
speak
here.
out.
I mean, listen,
cannot-
Hassan, we're at an
I cannot
impasse. Can we move on?
disprove something that I don't know about when the prosecutor. Do you think the Israeli Southern?
Say that again.
Because it's new. It's newer. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't.
I guess we're at an
can't
impasse
speak
here.
out.
I mean, listen,
cannot-
Hassan, we're at an
I cannot
impasse. Can we move
disprove
on?
something that I don't know about when
How do I disprove something that I don't know about, bro? Like, that's your whole career. That's your whole career.
And the prosecutor, do you think the Israeli Southern District prosecutor actually did not examine the testimony given by these victims?
If you don't know what happened in the four accusers, why are you speaking so confidently?
Because I'm
Because
speaking
you're a liar.
about
You're
something that came
propagandist,
out
and you
after
fucking hate
that.
Israelis.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please?
What?
This is obviously at an impasse.
No.
What?
No.
Oh my God! I'm just trying to consider the audience. Everybody wants something else. I'm telling you.
We can't end on the note where I hate Israelis, even if it's true. You can't end on that note. No, let me try to crawl, fucking slither my way out of this real quick. Then we can move on. I want to end this on a good note for myself.
Dude, this is
You
exhausting.
have claimed falsely that I
No,
do not recognize the testimony of a sexual assault that took place in captivity.
Yes.
That was false.
Yeah,
Do
it
you
was
admit
false.
that?
Yep, she lied. It was false, etc.
No. It's a falsehood that you claim that I don't recognize that. Do you admit that?
Yes, 100%. Can we
So
move on?
you're- Wait, so you're admitting that you falsely smeared me as someone who is denying a verifiable
Well, let's take a look
verifiable
here.
claim of rape from a
Well-
first-hand account, and it's not from October 7th.
Okay, yes, I'm smearing you. Can we move on, please?
He just doesn't care.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Can you explain this tweet to me? This is your tweet, and I'd like you to.
Honestly, the thing is, anyone who would view this knows that he's not actually smearing him. I mean, Hassan viewers would be like, "Oh, he's smearing him. Oh, he admitted to smearing him," and they will be like, "Oh, Ethan is admitting that he smeared Hassan." Clearly not the case. He's just I think both points were made. Hassan made his point, trying to dodge the fact that he doesn't believe rape victims. Not much more to do here, right? It's you don't believe them, I believe them, and we're gonna end on that because there's no point. You cannot change the mind on this topic, right? I believe the victims, you don't believe the victims, we're done, right?
Summarize it for me. Here it is. You said, go ahead. You can read it for me and explain the picture.
I can't. I don't know where it is.
So you can't see it?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, very good. I guess what's it's just a little delay for him, Dan? Or-
No, I can see it. Bro really said my lived experience in Israel proper. Great.
What's the picture?
This is
What?
Zone of Interest. You're familiar, yes?
Explain for the audience what this picture entails.
So this is Zone of Interest, which is a Oscar award-winning movie depicting the banality of evil during a literal Holocaust taking place, the monotony of the day-to-day existence, the beautiful garden.
And your implication
that,
is what?
Rudolf Hess and his family put together.
And your
while
implication
in the backdrop, you can see
is
there is
what?
a concentration. There's a concentration camp, Auschwitz.
Your
and,
implication
there's a
to me
train that
is what?
most likely inferred to be sending.
This
Jews
is the
into
clip you're
concentration
responding to.
camp.
Hold on. It's completely based on my. I actually don't know where it is, but I said we know what it was. I just said Israel proper, right? I said my lived experience in Israel proper.
Yeah, can you
explain
play the clip?
It's 2 minutes and I don't know where this happens. If somebody can find out.
No, play the clip. Play the full thing. We have time. I'm not going nowhere.
Well, let me see. Yeah, I mean I want to watch it too. It's just.
I know you do.
Let's see here. I don't. Here, I'll just play it. Oh, this is a clip from the critically acclaimed Content Cop. How's that working out?
Critically
Is he
unacclaimed.
happy he made that video?
I don't know. I mean,
You
I
don't
haven't
know?
talked to him about it.
I mean,
but-
he put out a really big video. I mean, I would be stoked.
I don't know why you're asking me about what iDubbbz is thinking, but I mean, I
were
assume.
there.
I mean, it
You
performed
were
pretty
there.
well. I think it doubled your video, so
Yeah, I mean,
it's not that
think,
bad.
if anything, I think it just means that more people are interested in me than you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I
That's
believe
just a
that for sure.
Very good.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people, some falsely and some for decent reasons, wants to.
Do you want to look at the like
see
ratio?
someone put you down a peg. It's probably the reason why there's a
God,
lot of people watching this conversation as well.
Do you want to watch the Do you want to watch the like ratio on this? Damn,
The like ratio on this.
that's correct, my friend. Here it is.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Ethan, play the video. This is also been reported even by your favorite. What is it? Nicholas Eat Oreos.
My favorite?
To be false.
Okay, well, here.
The dislike
Let's
message
watch
is not
it.
correct.
Let's just watch
Why
it.
am I arguing on behalf of Ian's the video's performance? I don't give a fuck. Come on, play the video, dude. Come on, Jesus Christ. Play the fucking
I
clip.
mean, it is ironic that he came and did this whole show of doing it with you, and it like just completely humiliated him. I think that's kind of funny and interesting. But I'll play the clip.
Not on leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you. Are you not? Hold on, I'm sorry. His entire creator clash is in ruin. The event is going to be fucking absolutely canceled. He's probably not going to be able to reimburse most of the fighters for the time they trained. How is that not a train wreck?
Ethan,
I'm just saying.
I am not iDubbbz. I don't care about your petty vendetta against iDubbbz. Play the
You were in the
fucking
video.
clip.
How I see Israel.
You're in the video.
When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking
Yes, you ruined a charity event. I hope
So
you're proud.
fucking
Oh my God, bro! You have no idea what you're talking about.
He's now talking
I'm
about it
talking
on his
about
podcast.
Israel proper,
What I wanna do is
and
show-
you're showing headlines about Gaza. I literally say in this clip that it's not has nothing to do with the conditions of Gaza and the conditions of the West Bank, which I consider to be like apartheid. Like it's completely based on my lived experience of 5 years living in Israel. My lived experience, bro. You are so fucking out of line. You have no idea. How do you have the confidence to make this video? Again, I don't know where it is, dude. The
Show you
phrase.
guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to Hassan.
Israel blocks, and he shows these headlines. Israel again blocks Gaza aid. Again, I'm not talking about Gaza, which I say clearly in this clip, but go
When
on.
you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking.
Israeli authorities block healthcare to Gaza. Again, I'm not. Do you think that I'm talking about walking around Gaza when I say how great multicultural it is?
We
Did
never
you think
defended
that?
how Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th. Not even
Shield your eyes.
once. We never like
I think that's the-
co-signed what they did.
Is that not the point he's making, though?
It already happened. I said it. Oh. No, okay. Well, anyway, I said the phrase I said is that my experience in Israel proper.
What
Yeah, I
happened
think
after
you
that?
said, like, right
when
in the-
AB chimed in, I wonder. Anyway, listen.
Who knows? I mean, you like to make inferences based on.
I'm just asking. I don't know. Are
Well,
you,
you know what's so funny?
happened there?
You know what's funny?
crazy.
It's all on the
It's not like
audio.
it was
Go
both
listen to
AB
it,
and Olivia
dipshit.
that-
It's on the
that
audio.
were-
You don't know what you're talking about. You're a pathological liar. You are a propagandist. It's on the audio. You can go listen to it if you
Yeah,
gave a
both
fuck.
AB and Olivia were chiming in. I don't know why we buttoned it. I'm just asking. You know, it's fine. It's not that big of a
What are
deal.
you implying
All right.
here? What are you implying with this photo?
What photo? Oh, with the photo.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, the photo. Yeah.
let's begin.
That's what this is
going to
about.
finally,
Yeah, yeah.
cause us to talk about Israel-Palestine.
Bro, just
Oh,
explain
God,
what you're
By
trying
your
to
own
say.
admission, there is a genocide that is taking place in the Gaza Strip. By your own admission, there is also an apartheid structure both in the West Bank, but I don't think you believe that there's an apartheid happening.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's fine. It's not that big of a
What are
deal.
you implying
All right,
here? What are you
I'm gonna
implying?
watch this
Fine,
part
it's not that big of a
What are
deal.
you implying
All
here?
right.
What are you implying with this photo?
Hold
It's fine. It's not that big of a
What are
deal.
you implying
All right,
here? What do you?
Dubs. I don't care about
You think
What?
you think Ian's happy?
monotony of the day-to-day existence, the beautiful garden.
And your implication
that,
is what?
Rudolph admit that.
I'm gonna talk about this
And I'd
later.
like you to summarize it for me. Here it is.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so this. Oh my god, this whole thing. I mean, honestly, what could one expect about this rape stuff? Like, yeah, Hassan's gonna deny it, and I think we all knew this was where it was gonna go. Like, realistically speaking, right? Like, hey, Pixar didn't happen. Literally, though. Yeah, this man. It's crazy, man. That's all you can say about this shit, man. Oh my god, look. How do people watch Hassan, man, on a regular basis? I just don't get it, man. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, what? Like, so many people, you know. Like, I get like some people watching him, sure. Like, but like so many people, right? Do you think maybe like Hassan viewers are actually not in the like you have some from the US, sure, but like do you think like maybe vast majority of Hassan viewers are not in the US? Can you tell see how many viewers of a streamer are local versus international? Well, Twitch provides some basic viewer location data, top 15 countries. It's not possible to get a precise breakdown of local versus international viewers directly from the platform. You can see, okay, stream charts. Yeah. Streams, games, audience location. Check with Twitch. No, I don't want to subscribe to Unlock, bro. Show me the demo. So 64.6 are not in the US, but honestly, like, Canada doesn't count in my opinion. I was actually thinking like maybe more of them are like from, you know, like Turkey or some shit. There's a lot of idiots in Europe, so I'm not surprised. Oh wait, this is demo fake data. Okay, this is a fake data. Oh, okay. How much is the sub? How much? Bro, what are you even paying for? Are you fucking... Dude, these guys are what? There's no way. Like, the... What is this? $500 a month. For what? For some chart statistics? Are you crazy? I was like, dude, oh, maybe if it's $5, it would probably be too much. $500 a month? That depends on the time slot he streams. Well, no, I get, yeah, and he probably streams where it's like daytime for him. I don't think he's losing sleep over his streams and shit like that, right? So, yeah, that would make sense. But like, I'm more surprised with this shit. Get the $500 for some charts. What are you paying for? Like what is what are you getting with pricing pro? What do you get out of this? I never go to this site. I don't know what it even offers. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Yeah, it's still sad that like most of his viewers, in a sense, or like the biggest portion of his viewers, like fucking 40%, are North American. If that was true, obviously that was the demo, so it probably lied. But yeah, man, if it's, man, it's really sad. Because he's like what, 20,000 viewer, Andy, right? Yeah, it's pretty fucked up that so many people are just listening to him on a daily basis. That is, well, as Hassan says, that's crazy, man.